Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today I'm hopeful to help you navigate and understand SEC's Edgar tool, which is a useful tool when you're trying to research and analyze various companies that are publicly traded in the United States for their financial data, whether it's for investing or for a school project. I hope this can help you understand what the tool is, why it's helpful, and hopefully why you should get familiar with it. So the easiest way to navigate there is if you type in SEC Edgar into the search results here. As you can see, some of these I've already been through. Now, if you take a look, I think the easiest way to navigate there is just to grab this Edgar company filings down below. The first one is going to take you to a bit of an informational thing, which will give you kind of the newest things that are changing with Edgar. I highly suggest taking a look at this if you're totally unfamiliar with it, just to take a look at the new features. But if you're familiar with the program, not much has actually changed. The easiest way to navigate is to enter in the name or the ticker into here. As you can see, I entered Roblox in here because I was taking a look at them. But you can go ahead and pretty much search up anyone. So if you wanted to take a look at what Apple had, you can go ahead and see what they've got. And it's pretty easy search, pretty easy to navigate through. Now keep in mind, this isn't going to have every single exchange's offering on here. This is typically going to be your US traded stocks that are on NASDAQ, really your big companies. It's not going to have your OTC opportunities or any sort of, foreign exchanges typically. You're generally just going to find SEC traded companies. So within here, you've got the selected filings. There's the 8K, 10K, proxy, and ownership disclosures. Within here, the 8K is typically going to be current reports or anything that's currently going on where they feel there's an update they need to disclose. Your 10Ks and your 10Qs are your annual reports and your quarterly reports, respectively. You've got your proxies, which are your annual meetings, and then information statements, and then ownership disclosures as well. Now down here, they've got a helpful thing for how to use Edgar. I think it's worth taking a look at if you're unfamiliar with the program, because this will give you a bit of a breakdown on how to search through it. Now, admittedly, part of it is just getting to the tool, funnily enough, but once you're able to navigate through here, it gives pretty good information and will help you understand why you should be looking at these various pieces. For sake of brevity, we don't need to go through each piece, but I can include a link to this down in the description. Once you're familiar, or at least have an idea of what you'd like to search for within here, you could take a look and look for the specific filings. Most often, people are coming in here to locate the 10K or the 10Q. Every now and again, though, if you're looking for anything current, you're trying to trade the news, so to speak, 8Ks are going to be what you're looking for. Within here, we can go ahead and view all 10Ks and 10Qs. Now, as you can see here, it should be following by the most recent things. So you have your most recent quarter ended, and then you have your annual reports as well. So we can go ahead and select our 10K here. So these are pretty large documents. I mean, this is the financial statements of a publicly traded company. So you're going to have to keep in mind that a lot of this is not going to be easy to perhaps read if you're unfamiliar with it. I highly suggest, though, leveraging the table of contents where you have everything hyperlinked within here. But hopefully this will take you to where you need to get to within Edgar. Now keep in mind, Edgar can be a little bit sensitive, so you need to make sure that you're typing in the actual prompts that you're looking for in regards to the company. Like if you misspell something, it may not give you exactly what you're looking for. Now you can go ahead and use CIK's lookups as well, but usually if you're just looking for the actual name, you can go ahead and type in Apple or Roblox or Home Depot, however it may be, and you'd be able to search it up from there. Now under this About Edgar system, I think this is useful to read if you're curious on kind of the history of Edgar, like it says right here, but fundamentally I think at the end of the day it's a very useful tool for consumers and investors and really just the average people as well as businesses to look up SEC public filings for publicly traded companies. It's also a way to kind of level the playing field because typically a lot of these companies are only getting the information as the SEC is putting it out. So this is a way for the consumers to stay up to speed and, almost have a fighting chance, if you will. Or the retail investors, if you will, rather than consumers under these circumstances. I highly suggest taking a look at it though, especially if you have a large stake in a company, whether it's in your 401k or some other investment vehicle. I think it's worthwhile so that way you can get a better understanding of what you're putting your money into. Perhaps in another video, I'll go through how to understand and read these 10Ks, as they're pretty lengthy documents in themselves. But for now, hopefully this video is helpful in terms of what SEC Edgar is and why you should be at least slightly familiar with it if you're trying to understand or take a look at any sort of company's financial statements. Thanks for watching and greatly appreciate it. If there's anything in particular you're looking for, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'd be more than happy to try to take a look at those and make a video if there's some way that I can help explain something or walk you guys through anything. Thanks. Bye-bye.